Hey y'all. Hope everybody having a good weekend. But y'all, we do have to talk about the Kada Scott and the Keon King investigation. You know everything I say is allegedly, okay? Now, this content is for entertaining, criticism, commenting purposes. Because I don't want to go down, deep down in the rabbit hole because I don't want to pull nothing out the rabbit hole out that I didn't know about it. So I'm just going to stick with the informational part of the story for you all because I don't know what's going on with Kada Scott investigation. So today we will begin in the affidavit. Now, after this news development story, I'm going to break it down. Okay. We got to break it down. Okay. One side of the story is I don't have Keon's side of the story. I love Kada. Ain't nothing wrong with Kada. Kada deserves justice. She deserves justice. But there are also two sides of the story, too. So I ain't no psychic, but I sure do think like one. And this is coming from me. Now, I'm gonna give you all time enough to get in here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if you have seen and you already know this information, then you ain't got nothing to worry about it. But I want to give a shout out to all my teachers, shout out to all my parents who have to work every day, all my workers, all my great members, all my subscribers, new previously subscriber been with me for years. I just want to give y'all a shout out. So let's get into this news coverage. There are new evidence and new charges for Keon.
Of 23-year-old Kada Scott, a medical examiner today officially ruling her manner of death as a homicide. It comes just 18 days after she disappeared, and tonight we're learning more leads to their suspect, Keon King.
The district attorney charging the 21-year-old with murder and other charges following the ME's ruling. Kada Scott disappeared the night of October 4th. Her remains were found just 2 weeks later at the former Ada Lewis Middle School in Germantown. We're now on the list of charges that King is facing, including robbery and abuse of a corpse. Our Steve Keeley is live tonight for us. And Steve, we now know that Kada and King were texting with each other?
Well, legal filings in the case reveal the evidence that police obtained to make their case for murder against Keon King and also show how he tried to cover it up and got help after. At 10:07 a.m. on the morning of October 4th, 12 hours before she was last seen, Kada Scott texted, "Kidnap me again," to her accused killer, Keon King, followed by plans to meet later that night, the affidavit of probable cause states, supporting homicide, abuse of corpse, and conspiracy charges among 11 more crimes filed against King. Detectives don't know yet what Kada possibly meant with that "kidnap me again" text, whether she had been taken before by him or if her text was her just joking around to help her skip work that turned into awful, deadly irony. Also in the court filing, video evidence King had help taking Kada Scott's body from a stolen car and burying her in the shallow grave behind the long-vacated Philadelphia Public School, supporting the conspiracy charges. Detectives believe King killed Kada Scott within the hour she got into his car where she worked, and her body was left in that car for a full day after. The next night, Sunday, October 5th, the affidavit states, video shows King returned to the lot he parked that car in with Kada's body, but wasn't alone. Arriving in the gold Toyota Camry police recovered last week, video from the nearby Philadelphia Rec Center surveillance camera shows two individuals on foot approached the suspect vehicle after waiting 4.5 hours until 3:56 a.m. One motions toward the gold Camry they came in, and it drives out of the parking lot, indicating a third person involved. King and the other person with him then go back to the Hyundai Accent, remove a heavy object consistent with a body, and carry that object to the playground in the direction of where the human remains were recovered. The Hyundai is later seen driving out of the and it was later found set on fire and completely burned. The affidavit dates the sequence of King's phone radio tower transmission measurements, coupled with video evidence from the Albury Rec Center, supports that King is present for and participates in all the crimes outlined in this affidavit. Now, while King is charged with 3 different gun crimes in these latest 11 charges today, the medical examiner's office here did not say yet how Kada was killed, just for now ruling her death a homicide. And detectives who share their police headquarters with the medical examiner's office here in the same building are nowhere near finished. They told me they're working to now identify King's co-conspirators, those with him in those 2 cars used, one who helped put Kada in that shallow grave, and perhaps Sheba and Jason, the one who tipped off police to go back to where they had searched prior, but knew where police needed to go exactly. Pinpoint those detectives Saturday to where Kada's body was buried in that shallow grave. So they're still working to get those others.
That theory makes sense, Steve.
All right, Steve Keeley, thank you very much.
Now, let's talk about this. This freaked me out, but let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. There. I gave myself a little kind of break for this case because something kept on my mind. I ain't no psychic, but it's saying that somebody ain't telling us everything. Everything that going. First of all, I don't trust Keon, the kind of person, the way he did that first girl. So what came through my mind with this case? Well, we're gonna talk about the text messages and when did the text messages begin. Now, Keon, I don't want to say this, but I have to say it, that seemed like a serial killer that Philadelphia should have been looking for a long time ago. That's what it seemed like, because the way he did Kada, like it said, the text message said the court document revealed text messages begin with Scott and King from September the 28th to October the 4th, the day she disappeared. Now, see, I know the investigators ain't gonna give us everything, but y'all can't give us no information like this. The reason why I'm saying this, y'all, because they bring up September. Why are we getting pieces to her case when they already know what's going on in her case? I don't like that. That's just something that I don't like. I don't like for nobody to play with my mind like that. So if y'all know the whole time that Kada and King was texting each other September 28th, what was they texting? What was the text about? What was the text about? The text couldn't have been nothing bad because she went with him on October the 4th. So people who watching this, please come in now and text me all these long messages. Y'all don't send me all them long messages about this case. Please, I know about this case. I'm doing the case. Please don't send me a long, big headline of messages about this case. I know this case. Please stop doing it. Gosh, like I want to read. I'm not about to read all of that. I know what's going on in this case. It's just the way I operate down my case. But I'm saying if they talked in September the 28th, King can't be that bad of a person if he came to pick her up on October the 4th, the day she disappeared. So what I'm saying is, what's going on in this case that we need to know? First of all, there is two sides to a story. I need to hear King's side. I heard Kata's side, a little of it, but somebody keep hiding something. There, I just want the truth. And these folk playing around with my brain, and I don't like that. You know what I mean? And I don't like cussing. But I'm saying, don't give me half of no investigation job to work on if you ain't gonna give me the real part. Because I need to hear the man's side and I need to hear the woman's side. I ain't on King's side, I'm not on her side. I just want to know the truth. And I know September 28th, he couldn't if he sent her a text message, he said something good to that girl. It ain't like she didn't know who King was. I don't know why these women some women just think that, I ain't gonna say women, some this person just think that now this not the Tesla, this another this another case about another girl, honey. Look there, this something else, boy, I tell you. This a girl about a girl named Kada, honey. Kada and King. Oh Lord have mercy. But anywho, so yeah, this another little case just happened one too long ago. So yeah, so he texted on September the 28th. Now October the 4th, she's missing, disappeared from her job. See, let's keep going. Yeah, boy. On October the 4th at 10:07 p.m. This is what the affidavit said. Oh man, I just showed a video there. Well, anyway, this what's going on. This what happened. I just showed the beginning of the. Can you go out and look at the video from the beginning? Well, this it right here. This it right here. There. Here you go right here. Here you go right here. This what happened to her. This what happened to her right here. Here you go. This what happened to Kada on October the 4th at 10:07 p.m. This is what happened to Kada. For those who don't know, on October the 4th of this year at 10:07 p.m., the affidavit of probable cause says Scott allegedly text King. Scott is the girl and King is the boy. She texts King, kidnap me again. To which King replied, better be up to. Followed by plans to meet later that night. That's your little quick scope. That's what happened to her. Now, they had, remember, the 28th of September, they was already talking. So it seemed like to me they like each other. I don't care what nobody say, from what information that we receive. I'm not going to make up nothing. The information that we receive, that she know him. She know of him. She know him. Stop pretending that the girl don't know him. She do know this boy. She ain't got to know everything about him, but she know him because she communicating with him. But a lot of people trying to pretend like she don't know. Yes, she do know who she talking to. Now, so that message right there, kidnap me again, is throwing me off as if she got confused. Somebody confused her. To me, when she said kidnap me again, someone text that information to me. They did. And the reason why I said that is because she was kidnapped. That's what made me think that somebody text that information. Because people can't text something like you said it, but you didn't. So I don't believe that Kada text kidnapped me again while she was at work. Then again, she could have. But to me, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what kind of, who she deal with, what kind of person she deal with, and why she leave with David. Not David, dog. I'm talking about another case. See, you got me talking about the other case. Left with Keon. So I don't believe she text kidnapped me again. And then King replied, better be up to. Somebody could have texted that for him. I don't know. I don't know. But it's a setup. The text sound like a setup to me. Now, followed by the plans to meet later that night. It's weird that I want to see what Kada, and then only thing that investigators can do is go inside of her watch. They could go inside of her phone, and they could pull what she really said instead of letting us think what she said. I wanted them to pull her records on her phone to show us what did she really say. Did she really say kidnap me again? Or y'all putting it out there what y'all saw? So I think they know more than what we know. So that's what I'm just saying about the text. I believe the text was a setup. Okay, the document revealed their last text exchange occurred on October the 9th, October at, not October, I'm sorry, y'all, occurred at 10:09 p.m. and said, call me when you hear. Okay, y'all, we having this discussion. Now, call me when you hear. So he did call her when he got there. Okay? They did deeper. According to the affidavit, on October the 5th, Kada Scott's mother reported her missing to the police because she didn't come home on the 4th. So the mom did something real quick to me as if she and Kada have had a conversation before. Cause my daughter 23 and she at work, she grown, she do what she wanna do. If she don't come home the next day, she might gonna call me later, but on the 5th, I just want to know, I wouldn't have called no police and told police that my daughter was missing due to the fact that I would give her to this. I'd be looking for her on the 5th. I would have been looking for her on the 5th. I would have been calling around for her on the 5th. I would never thought my daughter was missing. I would have thought my daughter was hanging out with her friends, with a man, with a friend, man, a girl, whatever. But and then I would think like on the 6th or the 7th, I probably would have. I ain't heard. I've been trying to call everywhere. Have y'all heard? Because that's how children, young people do. So I would have gave her to the 6th or 7th, something like that, 6th. But the mama knew right away to call to report her missing on the 5th. Okay? So that might be in the mother instinct. So according to the affidavit, on October the 5th, Kada's mother reported her missing to the police. Okay. One of Kada's co-worker from the Terrace Chestnut Hill said she had last seen Kada outside the job around 10 p.m. The co-worker said Scott appeared to be upset and was overheard saying, I can't believe you calling me about this S. She said this S. Okay? That's what Kada was saying on the phone. But allegedly to me, she wasn't talking to Keon. I thought she was talking to somebody else. As if she's talking to, usually when a girl say, I can't believe you calling me about this is, it's like somebody, are you calling me asking me about this man? I don't believe you calling me asking me about this person like this. That's what it seemed like, somebody agitating her about being with Keon, I guess. That's just my instinct. Now, the court document said that when Scott walked toward a dark color SUV, that was parked outside. They was parked on the outside and left immediately after. They left. And what tripped me out is Kata's supposed to be at work. Kata's supposed to be at work. Kata mind any own work. So the video evidence, the affidavit of probable cause, outlines charges against King, include homicide, abuse of a corpse, and conspiracy. Now, some strange things has turned in this case, and it's spooky to me because they were throwing charges. They didn't investigate this case right to me because it's nothing like D4VD and Celeste Rivas case. LAPD didn't even come out and talk yet. But this investigation in Philadelphia with Kada Scott and King, it exposed so quickly until they charging him a little bit after a little bit. First, he was charged for kidnapping, so he got an attorney. We're gonna get into the attorney later, but the attorney was going to try to help him with the kidnapping charge. Then he just kept pouring pieces of stuff on him. So, wow, that's crazy. She's such a beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. Beautiful. But sometimes we beautiful women get mixed up with the wrong men, honey. So, cause of the death revealed for Kada Scott, whose remains was found behind a abandoned into that. Now, the detectives believe Kada was killed shortly after getting into a car with King. Shortly, y'all. They wanted her underlined real quick. Do you hear me? They were trying to get rid of Kada real quick. So, the detective believed Kada was killed shortly after getting into a car with King. And her body was left in the vehicle for a day. See, that's when I say that Kada mama had to have some kind of conversation with Kada, because she called the police on the 5th that her daughter was missing. She know, a mom know, a non-mom instinct, they know they kid. Now, listen, y'all. He left that girl body was left in that vehicle for a day. They supposed to body in a car. Man, we can't leave her in no car like that. Man, we can't leave her like that. I think we need to just hide her because ain't nobody mentioning it. It's not on the news yet. That's when they messed up, when they left that vehicle there for a day. They messed up. Now, the detail from Philadelphia District Attorney Office said the car, a black Honda an asset linked to King was parked near the site where Scott body was found and later set on fire elsewhere. See, that's your evidence. That car is your evidence. See, them people was in that car. But you got to ask yourself, now this surveillance footage from October the 5th shows two people removing a heavy object with a human body from the car to a shallow grave behind the vacant school. Now y'all know, y'all been working with me with this case, and y'all know for a fact, that I said it was some girls involved with this. I told y'all through my vision that was a couple people. I said it's about like two girls and a guy. I said I see girls in this because I feel jealousy. Now let me tell y'all something. Go back a little bit. When it said her body was left in a vehicle for a day, it's telling me that, man, we left that car over there, man. We can't leave these folks right here. It's a whole group of these people. It's a whole group of these people. Now you said, now, Carol, say, hey, Carol, how you doing? Did they catch the murder? It's rough going through. My brother-in-law was brutally murdered. Remember years ago. Well, they caught the murder, but they didn't catch everybody. Sorry about your brother. I'm so sorry about your brother. Okay, Darren said. They buried her in a shallow grave. That's sick. That's what, see, Darren. So you talk like me. For a 21-year-old to do this, in Philadelphia, been having a lot of crime dealing with young girls going missing. This could be your murder, what's your serial murderer right here. This boy right here could have been him in a team of him. Yeah, they burnt the car to get rid of the crime scene. That's what they did. The crime scene was in that car. Oh Lord, let me calm down. These are some, this boy right here been murdering, telling me that this who Philadelphia district attorney should been looking for years ago. No, they probably they killing probably to stop a little bit. For them to begin away like this, no DNA left. It burnt in that car. So the district attorney, they let a serial killer out of prison. But that ain't the worst part about it, Daryl. He already strangled a girl earlier before he did Kada. He stalked a girl, jumped over her fence and stalked her in her car and snatched her and grabbed her and took her somewhere and then strangled her. But he didn't kill her, but then he let her go. And she's supposed to went to court and she didn't go to court. So they mean they had to let him go. So Philadelphia had a serial killer out there. And if you got Keon, it's a whole group of killers out there. Now you need to arrest everybody else. You need to arrest the group because you can have a group of them. So the district attorney of Philadelphia, y'all got y'all work cut out for y'all. Because Keon can tell y'all, allegedly, if y'all be nice to him and give him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, he tell everything. They scared her not to go to court. Right, they scared that girl not to go to court. Now, the footage on October the 5th shows two people. How removing that girl body out that car. sat there and dug that grave up, y'all, behind the school. Why he do Kada like that? I thought about looking at Kada. What is going on? But what? See, young people, y'all got to listen to us because if y'all don't listen to us, this is what we have to do. We have to make a news coverage. We have to talk about y'all. We have to try to say get justice for y'all. Y'all got to start listening to adults. It's not safe out here like y'all think it is. Y'all got to listen. Everybody don't like you. This is not when you get out of high school, it's not high school in the world, again, in the real world. When you graduate from high school, baby, you living out here in the world. You got to be careful out here. Listen to your parents. Stop thinking your parents trying to tell you wrong. But I don't want to get into that, so I'm tired of saying it. Don't nobody care nothing about you having a boyfriend, but y'all got to be careful. Now, they took the time. I looked at when they first dug up that grave. They had like 3 or 4 shovels down there. Them folks wanted that girl gone. Not even think about she's supposed to go back to work. She's supposed to be back at work. Let's keep going. Now, the surveillance footage also indicates a third person might have been involved as a gold Toyota Camry was seen leaving the scene. That's why we said it's a group of them. And Keon is not going to tell because that girl said, named Gabby, I don't know if that's her real name, I'm just quoting, what she said on TikTok. She deleted all her video, but I do have her on video. She said that Keon mentioned about Kada. She know where Kada stayed. Kada stayed right behind him in the house behind him. But she also said that she don't call the police. Where she from, they don't call the police. That's why she ain't call the police on him. So in other words, the group of people don't call the police on each other. So y'all dealing with a whole group of people. Now Keon is charged. This they go Keon charges. On Wednesday, the Philadelphia medical examiner ruled that the cause of death for Kada Scott is homicide, which we knew it was going to end up being a homicide. Following the cause of death ruling, the Philadelphia DAO approved a new series of charges against King. See, King is key. They add and charge it. Instead of just wait till you get all your evidence, wait till you get everything in and then talk to people. Now, in all, King has been charged with murder, kidnapping, false imprisonment, stalking, arson, causing catastrophic conspiracy, unauthorized use of an automobile, tampering with evidence, reckless endangering another person, and receiving stolen property in relation to Scott's disappearance. Now, this is telling me that y'all had a serial killer out there in Philadelphia. Y'all don't caught some of the crew, but y'all ain't got all of them. So y'all got y'all work burnt out for y'all. Do they have the culprit in the jail? Yeah, he locked up. He locked up. They been at him, but I think this. I don't think that he's the main leader of this. He's the he's the he know how to make you disappear, but I don't believe that. I believe that is a girl leading this. I think a girl with a powerful evil mind leaving this. Now, what's next? Let's talk about what's next. Oh, wait, before we go into you. What's next? The police of, to me, Darren, he the fall guy to me. He don't seem like what you call it, masterminded person in this. I think it's a girl, it's a masterminded. Now, what's next? Police are actively investigating, but have not announced additional arrest. Y'all remember what I said? I've been saying from the beginning that it was some girls in this and some boys. But I see more girls than I saw boys mentally. Now, what we know, police have not confirmed the identity or potential accomplices of are announced. What is this boy telling them God will get them for real? Okay? A motive for the kidnapping and the murder is unknown at this time. See, Keon did his part. Keon did his part. Well, hold up, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all get it from the now the source. The information in this story is from court documents and Philadelphia District Attorney Office. So this is part of y'all serial killer out there. Y'all been having this one of y'all main killers. Him. Now let's hear what he got to say. This is the lawyer. He having out facing backlashes. Let's hear what he gonna say. Hold on. The backlashes he facing represents the 21-year-old. Plus, Kada's family continues to lean on each other for support. Now, let's put it on here. Hold on. Let me see. Have it start from the beginning. Hold on for a second. I think it's already playing, but I can start it over.
3-year-old was texting with King moments before she disappeared, and surveillance rec center captured.
Hold on. Hold on for a minute. It's already started. Okay, here we go. Here we go. They don't drove the Keon lawyer. He's not gonna defend anymore now.
Now, for the very first time, we are hearing on King's lawyer. King is the man accused of killing 23-year-old Kada Scott and burying her in a shallow grave in the woods behind Ada Lewis Middle School. Tonight, the community is coming together to honor Scott again, whose remains were discovered last week. Jen? Dawn, the community started gathering about half an hour ago here at Ada Lewis Middle School. You can hear some loud music here. There is a DJ for this event, and people were asked to bring blue or brown balloons in honor of Kada Scott. Now, you mentioned Keon King's lawyer, Shaka Johnson. He has been facing criticism in recent days for representing King. He went on a radio interview today to defend himself.
Online petitions to have me removed from the case because they don't want me representing this gentleman.
Criminal defense lawyer Shaka Johnson spoke with WDAS-FM host Frankie Darcell this afternoon on the Kada Scott case. He's representing the accused Keon King.
I listen for God's voice when I am deciding whether to take a case. Is that what you did here? Most definitely.
King, only 21 years old, was previously in trouble with the law and now faces a long list of charges, including murder, kidnapping, conspiracy, abuse of corpse, and tampering with evidence.
But as a black man, you took this case. Yes. And there are people who are angry or salty or disappointed about that. What do you say to that? When it's a black man, but it's a black attorney. And I'm speaking for a lot of black attorneys who may not be saying this publicly, but they've been all on my phone privately. We are held to a different standard for whatever reason. I'm a professional. I took an oath. I took a Hippocratic oath. I took an oath to represent the people that are in my wheelhouse of business.
Kada Scott was last seen the night of October 4th.
But see, I don't understand why they fussing about that, because I mean, so what? He want to represent that boy. He can represent that boy if he want to.
Job, the terrace at Chestnut Hill Senior Living. Court documents say the 23-year-old was texting with King moments before she disappeared, and surveillance video at the Aubrey Rec Center captured King's gold Toyota Camry and two people carrying a heavy object consistent with a human body. Police recovered Scott's remains October 18th in the woods behind the former Ada Lewis School, where a memorial has been growing ever since.
Just shows the impact that she had on people's lives when she was living, and she was going through her journeys. It's just sad to see that her journey was cut short the way that it has been, and by another young person.
King was arraigned this week on the new charges, including murder, and is being held
It
without
says
bail.
Hopefully he's man enough to accept his own actions and stand up and not have to put family through any more additional pain. This is not about money. This is not about money. I've been these coins a long time. This is not about money. Okay, I'm just going to be very frank about it. This is not about clout chasing or needing to somehow.
See, it's something going on, y'all. Why this? Okay, this is what I'm trying to say. Why they don't want him to represent Keon King? Because Keon King gonna get an attorney anyway. He gonna get an attorney. And so, what y'all saying? Why, if he was an attorney, why is he worrying about what everybody else saying? Why don't he still represent him? President Ishako Johnson wanted to represent Keon King. He can. It ain't no people stopping him from representing Keon King. Because Keon King is going to get what you call them people? Keon got some money, y'all. Keon got some money. That's all I want to tell y'all. Keon got money. Okay? What's going to happen is Keon going to end up having a Caucasian, a Chinese, or some Asian or somebody to represent him. Or he might have another black attorney, but I can't understand this part. But public attorney don't have the choice to choose to represent, to do. I didn't think they did. He was assigned to him. Well, unless, I see what you're saying. You saying that he chose to represent Keon instead of them assigning him an attorney. That's what it sounds like. So he want. I see what Shaka wanted to do. Shaka wanted to. I see what you're saying now. Shaka wanted to represent. He just an attorney on the outside. Want to come on the inside and represent him. So he know the boy got money. The boy got money. The boy got dollars. Oh, so he's offering the service.
Be in the public eye with the high-profile case.
And we do want to point out we put in requests to Shaka Johnson for an interview as well and are still waiting for a response on that. Now, Kada Scott's family did set up a memorial and justice fund on GoFundMe, and it is over $23,000 and counting. Certainly a lot of community members sympathizing and sending their condolences to the family. As you see, a lot of them are now gathered over there to get this event underway. We're expecting it to wrap up around 6.
Okay, so let's see what else they got. Let's see what else they got here. I can't believe that she was shot. She was gunned. Kada Scott, 23, died a gunshot wound out, and her death has been declared as a homicide to the head. This is somebody, I mean, you don't do this to, this is crazy. Human remains later that identified by the official Scott was found on October the 18th. They found her on October the 18th. This is so spooky. You said so he's doing it so he can get a public attention to his practice. That's what they sound like they saying, Sizzle. That's what it sounds like they saying. Now he's not representing him. Now, y'all, they found the body in the grave on the 18th when she went. That's scary. That's spooky. That October the 18th, they found her on the 18th. And she went missing on the 4th. Mama called the police on the 5th. And she was in the shadow grave. I don't know what was his motive unaliving that girl. That's why I think that he's a hitman. He's some spooky people in this group. Prior to finding her remains, official announced on October 15th that a suspect, Keon King, 21, had been arrested. So Keon turned himself in. His mother turned herself in. Told him to turn himself in. What did he tell his mama in order for his mama to tell him, Keon, you need to turn yourself in? He had to tell his mama something. He was initially charged with kidnapping and reckless endangerment. See, when they first arrested, this is where the problem come in, y'all. Look, sis. He was initially charged with kidnapping and reckless endangerment. That's when Shaka Johnson was going to come in and represent him, okay? He was just going to get him for kidnapping and reckless endangerment. But later, they start adding charges. That's not what Shaka was going to represent him. Shaka was just going to represent him for kidnapping and reckless endangerment, not for murder, homicide, and all that kind of stuff. Right. But see, to me, Silver, it seemed like he was gonna represent him when he hey Jesse. This is when he was gonna come in, he was gonna represent him as for kidnapping and reckless endangerment. But soon as he gonna represent him for that, then all the other charges start coming in. So that's a problem. Okay. Online court records reviewed by USA Today on October the 23rd show he faces charges, including we already know. See, Sizzle, how his charges start changing. It went from kidnapping, reckless endangerment. Now it changed to murder, stalking, robbery, firearm possession, abuse of a corpse, tampering with physical evidence, and arson, homicide. So that means that what he was going to represent him for is way more. So he has multiple hearings scheduled for earlier November, y'all. An attorney representing King October 23rd. So he has multiple hearings to go up to, y'all, in November. And so this here just giving y'all an idea what happened when a woman left work 20 minutes into her shift, and she unalive. So that's what this talking about. The police asked the public for help finding. That's when they found her though. So they said police asked the public for help finding Scott on October the 7th, after she has been seen 3 days earlier around 9:45. We already went through the after Davis. So it's crazy. This is crazy. Let me see, do they have anything else? They must have a lot of evidence then. A confession. They do. They got, we said it in the beginning. It's a lot of stuff. Because see, when they went out there to look at their grades, somebody told them to come back, go back. See, the lady who I thought was her aunt, this might not be her auntie then. The lady who I thought was her aunt. See, I thought this lady right here was her aunt. Let me show y'all the lady. See, I thought this lady right here was her aunt. I could have sworn she said she was Kada auntie. Maybe I misunderstood her. See that? Hold on. See, the lady who I thought was Kada Scott aunt. I thought that was her real aunt. See this girl right here. She took her, this girl right here. Listen to what she's saying, y'all. She know this girl right here is something about this girl right here. She had like a witch to me. And I don't even know how no witch is. But for looking at the woods, but I'm just playing. Let me stop. This girl right here said a lot. Listen to her.
The misinformations that are going around in the internet regarding me and the Kada Scott situation. So if you are unaware, Kada Scott is a girl that went missing in Philadelphia on October 4th. So I did know Keon. He was my friend. I met him about 4 or 5 years ago, and he was also the local pharmacist. Now, me and my...
She been knowing him 4 or 5 years ago, y'all.
best friend, we were also mutual friends with Keon. He was our pharmacist. So one day Keon calls me, and keep in mind I am in school, I am in Maryland, and he will usually just call me, just to check up and talk. So he calls me and he asks me if I know Kada. And I'm like, yeah, like I know Kada. And he's like, oh yeah, I noticed that she lives really close to you. I'm like, yeah, like she lived right in the back of me. And I'm not thinking nothing of it because he usually calls me and, we just be chatting. He'll call me about like, the people that be around because he is the pharmacist. I live in the neighborhood and he be in my neighborhood. So we hang up the phone, and that was that. We were only on the phone for 29 seconds. So you can see that this is the day that he called me, and this was before Kada went missing. And we were only on the phone for 29 seconds. Also, I know that his name says Elliot in my phone. That's just what we call him. So a couple of days after that, my best friend calls me, and we're just talking about life. And I mentioned to her how John brought up Kada to me. I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm like, oh yeah, like he was probably trying to flirt with her. He's probably trying to get at her. Mind you, me and my best friend, we know Kada because we grew up with her little sister. Now, we didn't know Kada personally because, again, we grew up with her little sister. We were around 12, 11 years old. Kada, she was much older than us, so we didn't really talk to her. So my best friend was like, yeah, like he probably thought she was cute, and that was that. So right here is the day that I called my best friend and told her that, Keon was trying to get at Kada. This is before she went missing. So a couple days, maybe a week after that, it is reported on October 4th that Kada is missing. So keep in mind, I am in Maryland, so I'm not really into all the Philadelphia news that be going on. So I'm not knowing that Kada is missing until my best friend sends me a text and says that Kada is missing. So this is the day that my best friend tells me that Kada is missing on October 9th. So I'm in my friend's dorm and I call Keon and it's a lot of music and a lot going on in the background. So I go somewhere that's quiet and I tell him, Keon, Kada is missing. Like that girl, she's missing. So he was like, what? And then after that, the phone just hung up. So here you can see that I called Keon and we were on 2 minutes. So you have to keep in mind, this was my friend, okay? I did not think that he'd be capable of anything like this. In my head, I'm just thinking, there's no way in the world he could have did something like this. There's no way in the world. So then, a couple of days after that, my mom sends me a screenshot of Keon turning himself in for the kidnapping of Kada. So this is my mom sending me the article, and she was distraught to say the least. And I know she said that he was a random person, but she says this about all of my friends. So me and my best friend, we get on the phone and we're talking about the situation. We're just saying how this is just crazy. This is the call of me and her talking about it. Now, this is all happening around the time that I'm taking my midterms. So I'm really just trying to keep my head on the books. And I wasn't really trying to let this stress me out. So I kind of just let it go. He turned himself in. It's not really much to say or do anymore. So a couple days after that, me and my best friend get on the phone and we're basically just, talking about the Kada situation. And she says that she thinks that I should call the cops. So she was basically saying that she thinks that I should call the cops and tell them that Keon was, asking about Kada. Now, at the time in my head, I'm thinking that there was no reason to call the cops. He already turned himself in, and I felt like it would be kind of a waste of time to tell them that the guy that they already have in custody, called me and was asking about the girl. And me personally, I'm not a cop caller. Like I don't call the cops. That's just the way that I grew up. That's what I was around. They will always tell me, you don't call the cops. So I just felt like, the information that I had and the fact that, I'm just not really a cop caller, it wouldn't make sense for me to call the cops. So then my best friend tells me, well, if you won't call the cops and tell them, then I will. And then she basically tells me that she doesn't want to be friends with me anymore because I won't call the cops. And I told her, that's completely fine. I just don't want any involvement. So then we hung up the phone, and then I believe she called me again with the police on the other line. So you can see, I told her, I'm sorry, I'm not talking to the cops. And yeah, now I can't see how this could be cruel, and I do take accountability for that. So then a couple of days later after that, I get sent a link on Instagram, and the link was basically my best friend going live, just talking about the situation, saying how I for not going to the cops, and people in the comments were just coming up with their own narratives about the story, and it just got way out of hand and it just spiraled. So you can see somebody sent me the link of the live, and still to this day, I have not watched the full entire live. Then people just started asking, who is Gabby? What's the connection? And, she told people that I was in Maryland for school, and it was just a whole entire thing. So, of course, I was angry and I was confused because what is going on? So I text her, I tell her that, that was weird. And yeah, then I started seeing posts of people saying that they think that I was just suspicious and all of this stuff, and this was never the case. So I do end up contacting the authorities after I seen people just making up crazy stuff about me and the situation. They cut me off. They tell me that they already know what's going on, that they have a close eye on the social media. And they also tell me that my friend did come forth with the information, and they told her that there was nothing that they can do, that the information that she brought them was useless information because they already had Keon in custody, and it was just nothing for them to do with this information. They told me to contact them only if I had anything that could lead to finding Kada, because that is their main priority. Now, I do believe that the person in the live was just kind of taking what I told her and running with it and just spicing it up to make it seem like something that it wasn't for, I don't know, maybe views. People were saying that, she was walking around and showing what stores Kada would go to, where she would walk her dog, and just stuff like that. I also had one of our mutual friends come to me, and he told me that she told him that we knew Kada our whole lives and like we grew up with her, which wasn't the case because we grew up with her little sister. Now, I do think that the person in the live was taking what I told them and kind of just running with it and spicing it up to make it seem like it was way bigger than what it was. And I basically think this because I had a mutual friend that came to me and said that she came to them and told them that we knew Kada our whole life and that we grew up with Kada, when that wasn't the case. We grew up with her little sister. My prayers go out to Kada and her family, and I hope that she can make a
Okay. Somebody over here said,
Hi, my name is Gabby, and I'm going to be
somebody
discussing
over here
different
said,
issues that are
hold on,
going
y'all.
around in the
Somebody over here said, Gabby, stop trying to make it seem like D is the bad person. D called me crying, disgusted by your actions. She's not lying about S. You told her, you even told her how Keon told you he paid that girl off for the first case. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What she mean by that? Let me see what she mean by that. Uh-oh. And then somebody said, this is true. I am the best friend. Uh-uh. This is true. I am the best friend. We shall see. Wait a dang minute. Where y'all story time? See, these girls be on here doing story times. See, they think everything a joke. They think everything a joke instead of they play too much. But I'm gonna look up this girl right here since she said that Gabby lied. Let me see what she got on her page.
Hi, my name is Gabby.
So y'all ain't got nothing else to do but play on TikTok. Lord have mercy. She got 200, she got 2.2 million. Mm. She look like Kada herself. Favor her a little bit. Mm-mm. Let me see, can I find D, before I leave? Let me see, can I find D?
Hi, my name is Gabby, and I'm going to be discussing some of the
Hold on, Gabby.
misinformations that are going around in the internet regarding me.
Now, who it is? Oh, y'all seen this. Hold on.
They said, "Where's Gabby? She's not in Philadelphia." And who's my? Is that what they're asking? Gabby's not in Philadelphia. She's in college. Like, she left Philly. And yeah, I don't know. I don't want to. Like, she in college in Maryland. She not even.
She showed it. Better looking at her.
When I had called her to try to talk to her and tell her like, she's like,
See y'all, this the other girl who said that Gabby needs to tell. This her talking right here. This the other girl. See, they still think they in high school.
I don't want to talk. She's scared. What? Chrissy. They said they're on the way to search. Honestly, everybody is scared because she's scared because y'all know how it is like being like, I guess, speaking up. My friend, they said y'all was messing with Keon. No. Nobody. Like, what? No. What is y'all like? He literally just sell weed. Y'all, I don't want to go live on IG.
Ooh,
I
he
want to do
said
that on live
weed.
on here, huh? Yeah, like, y'all gotta listen. We didn't mess with him or nothing. Like, he just was somebody that sold weed outside the store. And one day we seen him outside the store. That's how we met him. Cause he was selling weed. He's like, oh yeah, y'all got apes. So I feel like somebody said you want clout or something. The fuck no. Nobody wants clout. Is Gabby there? No, Gabby's not here. I'm with a different friend. Wait, that's the girl that was in the back seat. This is not the girl that was in the back seat. Bro, but they think you Gabby. You're not Gabby. They said, why you don't want to go live on Instagram? The school's name. I don't want to tell the school name. Like, I don't know where Kid is. Did the friend give up information? Where's Gabby? The friend, I don't know. She probably is going to tell. I hope she tells because I'm trying to get her to tell. That's why I made this whole thing on TikTok because she keeps saying that she doesn't want to tell. And I'm like, why are you saving him? Like, girl, he literally sat here and kidnapped somebody, especially because she lived in our neighborhood. That's why I feel like this is just crazy. They said, where's Gabby? She's not in
Lord have
Philadelphia.
mercy, these young folks.
And who's my?
So they was talking about her,
Not in
y'all.
Philadelphia. She's in college.
This
Like,
girl,
left Philly.
she gonna need her. This girl right here gonna need an attorney. She's gonna need an attorney. And let's see what's going on. See, I thought this was Kada aunt right here. This lady right here. Hold on. Yeah, that's Gabby right there. That's Gabby. Yeah, that's Gabby. She's in college in Maryland. Those her friend. That's the friend right there you can't hardly see. We're trying to get her to go to the police. She said she wasn't. Let me see. Kada Scott. Let me see. D Smoke speaks. I don't know. To my right here. To my this girl right here, there. This girl right here. That's her friend. I can't tell you nothing else different. That's her friend. They friends. Keon the weed man. So that's Gabby. She's very good, close friend to Keon. She the one told him where Kada lives. I don't know. All I know, I just showed you her. Talking about her. She the one was talking, telling y'all stuff. She the one is her friend. All of them friends are Keon. Guess D girl speaks. D girl's telling social media everything. If that's what you're talking about there. Oh yeah, but see, you got to really keep up with the story now, cause when I move it, that's it. She telling you that she talked to the girl named D. I don't know if this D or not. So I'm trying to find D. I think this D. I think this D who tried to get her, tried to get Gabby to tell the police, but Gabby said that she don't talk to the police. Yeah. Yeah, I'm reading Gabby comment at first. I don't know is this D or not. That's what I'm saying. I don't know is this D. This might be D right here. I never met D. So she was reading D comment. So I'm trying to see, can I find D for y'all? Maybe I need to go back to this to see what you're saying. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go back to this. Let me go back to this. Because I got to understand what you're saying. Hold on. Okay.
Hi, my name is Gabby, and I'm.
They said, "Where's Gabby?" She's
Hi,
not
my
in
name is Gabby, and
Philadelphia.
I'm going to be discussing some of the misinformations that are going around in the internet regarding me and the Kada Scott situation. So, if you are unaware,
Oh, the girl that I said, look, oh, man. Oh, the girl I said, I know who you talking about. Why you ain't say that at first? Oh, I know who you talking about. You talking about this girl right here. Hold on for a minute. Uh, I probably can't. Hold on. You talking about? God, I gotta open her. Open her. I know you talking about. Hold on for 1 second. Hold on there. Hold on for a minute. Let me go back to her. Hold on for a second. Let me go back right here. Man, look like I can't find. Okay, here we go.
hi, my name is Gabby, and I'm going to be discussing some of the misinformations that are going around in the internet regarding me and the Kada
You
Scott
talking
situation.
about this
So, if
girl
you are
right
unaware,
here?
hi, my name is Gabby, and I'm.
Her. Now, what you say about her? Now, what you say about her there? She got that money. Who is she? She ain't in the case. She not in the case. She got her own shop though. Go on, girl. She do hair and stuff. Um, no, she's nothing. I just saw her. Oh dang! Why I keep bringing me here? Hold on for a minute. Uh, I just saw her. Know what I'm doing? Hold on for a minute. I'm saying she said over here in the comment section. She said this to the girl. She's nowhere in the case. I don't know. She just said, Gabby, stop trying to make it seem like D is bad person. D called me crying. D called that girl crying, disgusted by your action. But she's not lying about S. You told her, you even told her how Keon told you he paid that girl off for the first case. So Keon said this girl know too much. She said that D told her that Keon paid that girl who he said strangle her. See, Keon in another case. See, Keon strangled the other girl. Mom, I told you he kidnapped another girl and strangled her, but she lived. She paid her off. He paid that girl off. Listen, I'm just trying to go back to what you saying. I'm trying to go back to what you put right there. You say, is she with the game? I don't know, but she know a whole lot. She said that Keon told that he paid that girl off for the first case. The girl who he strangled and kidnapped the first time, he paid her off. See, this a mess. Church a mess. So I'm trying to find out who is D. Let me put D. So I thought that was D, the girl I was talking about. D speaks. Oh, you said that. You said Leon, Keon. I know you talking about. Like the man for real. He has fun. Yeah, Keon. Y'all have a good time outdoors. Y'all been outside. Okay. Go on. Tell everybody, hey, y'all go back outside and enjoy the air. Y'all go back outside. Go on outside. They ain't never stayed outside that long. Keon D speaks out on Kada. Let me see this. Yeah, let's find D. D speak out on Kada, Scott. Kada. Yeah, I want to see her too. Cause I thought she was the girl who we were talking to. And Keon. Let me put in Keon. See, Keon was the man with the money. Keon King. Thank you. He's something else now. He's something else though. Okay. Let's see. Delete videos. Explain Gabby. Hold on, y'all. Something going on. Hold on.
Dog. She had her headphones in. Kada, she always, just walking around the neighborhood with her dog and stuff. So I'm just gonna show you guys the area and you know where he knows of the block.
Yeah.
So this is, if you go down this block, this is Kada Scott's block more so, but this block.
Okay. This is Kada Scott D. This is D. Gabby's best friend talking right here. Now here go D, y'all. Darren, you make sure you look now, cause this is D.
Here is the block that he will always come on to sell me and my friend rugs. My friend lives down there. Kada lives down here. So honestly, I think I'm just gonna go down Kada's block. But Kada, her house is actually on this side, guys. But yeah, her house is on this side. Maybe this. No. I don't know. I know Kada lives on the block though. She lives behind my best friend's house. My best friend grew up with her little sister. Her little sister name is. Now I'm just gonna be showing y'all the area where he is like always at, and where he most likely first seen Kada, because that's where I always see her. Actually, she used to walk her dog a lot around here. She has a little dog, so she would walk her dog from this block, and then once you go to the stop sign, you go that way. As you guys can see, the Liberty is right there. That's not where she would go. So I don't want anyone to be confused or miss.
See, these girls is in this. D and Gabby. The reason why I say that because they know where this girl walk her dog. I don't know why she deleted.
She did not go there. Go this way. Once you go this way, you walk straight down. Once you walk straight down, you'll get up near like the gas stations and stuff. And the gas stations is usually where all of the rug dealers will be located. When I get up there, I'm gonna show you specifically. But yeah, that's most likely like where she was going. So the more you walk up this area along the strip, this is where she would walk. This is the way you have to take to go to the Papa store. This is the gas station that all of the rug dealers come to.
Oh, they watching her like that.
If you drive here, she'll see it. Like, they really all do. This is a picture of her up here. She always will come here. Everybody will come here to buy their wares, all that. It's the store. But the store you can find him sitting outside of is right over here. Every time the girl would
Okay. That's how she delete. They say she delete her page. They said she delete where was it? She delete this video. Wow. Somebody said, this is so weird, bruh. Maybe it has something to do with this. I'm telling y'all because why in the messages, y'all asking like y'all don't know this girl name, but you showing her daily routine and where she lives and where she walks the dog. They jealous of that girl like that. Jesus.
Y'all, come here. Apparently they're saying that Kada was basically fighting. She was fighting Keon King, y'all. Because when they found her daggone stuff at the Ida Lewis school, they said that it was May's phone, her phone, and cards or whatever like that. Just listen to this lady. And this is a woman that was out there helping search for Kada for days. So these people are very credible. They know what the heck they searched out there, and they know what they did. Just watch.
One thing I will say is she was fighting. That's how they discovered her phone, her debit cards, and her mace. She maced him. So what happened was, he finished her off however he did. Now, on agreements with who come in, he's saying about as far as her body being there, I agree to extent he did agree to the ditch. For who come in and anybody came out, it was me and a lady, Miss Ava, and some other woman who was out there early that afternoon. We searched that whole
said that they said that Kada was not there and that she had to be put there overnight. That is the reason for me making that video asking y'all, do y'all believe that if Kada was put there overnight? Because the community had already spoke out on this. They were searching. They were in the woods. I believe this lady. Now, if y'all watch this whole video through, let me know y'all thoughts. Just for
Man, there's some bull man. These young girls do too much for me.
So I met this guy in 2023. It was either January or February. And I met him through my cousin. So he is a DRUG dealer.
Now, y'all, this is a young lady who was arrested by Keon King. Lord have mercy. All these little story times.
Um, he was selling to my cousin. My cousin told me he was going to pick me up, take me to his house, and then he was just going to drop me off at his house because my cousin wanted him to come quicker with his, DRUG. And so he was like, oh, if you're in the car with him, he's just going to come faster. So I was like, okay. So I got in the car. He had him pick me up from my mom's house. I got in the car with him, and we drove up there to up top, and what did we do? He parked somewhere. We was talking for a while. My cousin was blowing his phone up the whole time. So after he finally answered the phone, we ended up going there. So once we get there, got into an argument or whatever, and me and Keon ended up leaving. So me and Keon was chilling for a long time, and then he dropped me off at their home. So that was our first ever interaction. After that, we continued to.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Somebody at the door. Good head. All right, Cam. I don't think they put nothing on the door. Let me see. Y'all go outside. Go outside. Here I come, y'all. Oh, these dogs got me going to the door. I thought somebody was at my door. I'm sorry, y'all. Ain't nobody at that door. Oh, Lord. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm sorry. I had to check my door, huh? Dog got the phone. I wish she'll talk up loud. Let me see.
See each other and things like that. We didn't. I didn't officially start being like, yeah, we never said we was in a relationship first until it was March 17th, 2023.
In other words, y'all, she's saying that she got in the car. This girl right here. See, they got to tell the truth. This girl, her cousin got into it with Keon. And what she did was she leave with Keon. And she got in the car and she know what they she gets in the car with Keon and got the smoking and all that kind of stuff. So these girls got to be careful out here. The only thing they want to do is smoke. They got to be careful out here.
This is why I haven't spoken on anything else regarding the case. As of yesterday, the case is officially reopened. I have talked to the DA and we are going to proceed.
Oh, so this the girl, y'all. This is the first girl. This is the first girl that he paid her off, claimed he paid her off. That's what he told uh D. That's what he told the girl. But this is she's going to press charges against him.
with everything and to make sure that he does not this time. So obviously with that case, I can't really say much on social media anymore. Which is why I
Yeah,
haven't
to
spoken
be so
on anything
young.
else regarding the case. As of yesterday, the case is officially reopened. I have talked to the DA and we are going to proceed with everything and to make sure that he does not come home this time. So obviously with that being the case, I can't really say much on social media anymore. This is
Okay, so she feel good about talking. I'm glad she feel good. And I want them to make sure they protect these girls. Do not let that man back out. Please don't let that man back out. Because this girl, she wasn't gonna. This the one he choked at first. Please protect these girls. Please. Bless her heart.
So much about Kata's
Stuff that I watch on TV and crap shows, scripts. To see this happen to someone so close to me.
Priye is describing what goes through her mind when she thinks about her friend, Kada Scott. The two met while attending Penn State University. She says losing Kada has been a nightmare she still cannot fully understand.
It hurts because I kept replaying this on my mind that she didn't even stand a chance. You can give her a week, you can give her a few days, you can give her anything. Everyone was so hopeful that we would find her and she would be alive.
Just a few weeks ago, she tells us Scott was getting ready.
The other girl showed is lucky because he was trying to kill her.
This video of Scott excited, trying on the clothes she was going to wear.
She was the type of person that she said she was gonna do it. She was gonna do it. She followed through all the way. And that is just something that I'm really, really proud of her for.
On Tuesday, dozens
Something
I just don't understand how Katie end up with somebody like him. Let's see, do we have any update, y'all? Let's see, is in there any update? Let's see, do we have any updates? I got to give y'all an update on the Sean Grayson case, too. I got some catching up to do. Let me see. Kada Scott update. I think these young girls need to be careful out here. Everybody need to be careful. Okay, we know what he charged with. I don't see nothing new. I think a lot of people need to go to jail. A lot of people. Kada Scott update found rest of her body. Found rest of her body. What y'all talking about? Her body in the grave. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that other girl, she blessed. And she better get on there and talk about him too. They ain't got no more update on her, y'all. But as soon as I get any other update on, see, I thought that was her aunt, that lady right there. See, I thought that was her aunt. That's who I was looking for on TikTok. See, I was looking for her aunt. Because I thought she said she was her aunt. Yeah, that other girl, she blessed that she got away. And see, he scared that girl. That I don't trust. And then he say, aunt speak. Let me see, aunt. Now I seen her mom's sister, but I didn't. See, this her aunt, but I don't want to hear the baby cry.
Gabby is best friends with Keon. Keon.
Hold on. I seen this, but I'm trying to. I don't want to hear the baby cry. Did she change her page name?
Gabby is best friends with him. Now, it's a little girl on TikTok that everybody worked to my attention when she was talking about him and how she knew him. Now, her best friend is the girl who gave me the info. And she like,
See, at first I thought this was her aunt.
that she didn't know. She told me she didn't know him before. But apparently the girl was on there talking about Kada, how she walks her dog and, things like that. And they, all above. So I started.
Let me see. Kevin.
Y'all, watch this. Like,
Okay, y'all, let's talk about Kada Scott. And if y'all ask me, Gabby was with Keon. Gabby was with that man. Gabby knew way more than what she should.
I think Gabby was with him too.
Kada Scott's aunt is solving her niece's case. And if you don't believe me, watch this.
Yeah, see, this supposed to be Kada Scott aunt right here. This supposed to be her auntie. She doing a lot behind the scene. Cause she's a spiritual person too. She speak to the ancestors. Now I can't find her page no more.
it's Kada Scott. Y'all know I'm spiritual, but y'all know I'm a two-headed doctor. Treater, seer, all above. To give you an update, of course, this particular case that I solve unsolved cases all the time before it's authorities, the news, things of that sort, and people revert back to my page like, oh my God, you're right, da 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 da. Update on my niece. I don't want to say too many things.
Yeah, that's her niece. For those who don't know, that her aunt, I guess this is on her brother's side, I'm not sure, but I seen the aunt on the mom's side. But she said her niece, she's a spiritual, a doctor, deal with the ancestors, for those who don't know. But she did this the other day though. Let me see. Let me get some. Let me get a new update. I seen this with her.
Before Keon King was ever arrested, before Kada Scott's body was found, before anyone knew what really happened, her aunt made a prediction. Aunt Bree White, who describes herself as a seer, went on social media and told people what she believed happened to her niece. And one of the things she said was this.
Two other people involved. It's a female. I know one female person, but there's some jealousy things going on.
Most people didn't pay much attention to that detail at the time. But after DNA confirmed that the body found in a shallow grave behind an abandoned school was indeed Kada Scott.
Right now, we're outside the Philadelphia Medical Examiner's office where they have been working to identify that body that was found yesterday. And tonight, our NBC 10 investigators have learned through their sources that body was Kada Scott. It was just sad. People living near East Germantown reacting after a human remains were
behind Ada Lewis Middle School. On Sunday, two sources familiar with the investigation tell NBC 10 investigators that the remains have been identified as Kada Scott using DNA evidence.
I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't even know what to say. I'm just like seriously in shock.
After new charges were announced against Keon King, including arson, after the internet started digging, information surfaced that brought that prediction back into focus. October 18th, 2025. An anonymous caller told police, "Please go back, they missed her." They gave an exact location. Officers found Kada's body in a shallow grave behind Ada Lewis Middle School. DNA testing confirmed it was her. 99.9% matched to her parents. But then a video started circulating online. A young woman named Gabby explaining her connection to this case. And suddenly, questions started being asked about who else might have known what was going to happen. Let me show you what Gabby said. Hi, my name is Gabby, and I'm going to be discussing some of the misinformations that are going around in the internet regarding me and the Kada Scott situation. So, if you are unaware, Kada Scott is a girl missing in Philadelphia on October 4th. So I did know Keon. He was my friend. I met him about 4 or 5 years ago, and he was also the local pharmacist. Now, me and my best friend, we were also mutual friends with Keon. He was our pharmacist. So one day Keon calls me, and keep in mind, I am in school, I am in Maryland, and he would usually just call me, just to check up and talk. So he calls me, and he asks me if I know Kada. And I'm like, yeah, like, I know Kada. And he's like, oh, yeah, I noticed that she lives really close to you. I'm like, yeah, like, she lived right in the back of me. And I'm not thinking nothing of it, because he usually calls me, and, we just be chatting. He'll call me about, like, the people that be around, because he is the pharmacist. I live in the neighborhood, and he be in my neighborhood. So we hang up the phone, and that was that. We were only on the phone for 29 seconds. So you can see that this is the day that he called me, and this was before Kada went missing. And we were only on the phone for 29 seconds. Also, I know that his name says Elliot in my phone. That's just what we call him. So a couple of days after that, my best friend calls me, and, we're just talking about before Keon King was ever arrested, before...
Keon, a mess. What is this they talking about over let me see something. These women be gossiping, boy. Let me see. What the screenshot right on? I can't hardly see it. He was a how long, y'all? So Keon record at this point, does D have a record too? Cause how y'all friend and not know what y'all do. So these people that hanging together got records. Oh, Philadelphia. Now who is this? Who record is this? Terroristic. Who is this? Ooh, man. Mm-mm. Yes. I'm trying to find her page. She don't delete her page? The aunt? Okay, hold on. I want to see something. Kada Scott auntie. See her. Hear her. Let's see. See, when Kada, I wanted to find the video with her aunt was looking for her in the woods. Hold on, y'all.
Hi, everybody. Hey, babes. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. My name is Kada. Okay, y'all. Let's talk about Kada Scott.
Hold on.
Okay, so what do you mean by jealous? I was over on IG Live for a couple hours, and I lost her. I was on there whenever they, discovered the young woman's.
Hold on, y'all.
Hey, babes. Hello, hello.
No.
Okay, y'all. We're about to get this together. This is what we know so far. Gabby is best friends with Keon. Keon is
Now this is her aunt, but I don't want to see that no more. I want to see this. Hold on. But they be writing out on they stuff. This the aunt.
It's the only way we can get in. It's the only way we can get in. But definitely can't get in because my fucking heart. You heard her scream, right? The fuck she in here, like I said. I told you she the fucking here. You heard her scream. Y'all heard her scream, right? It said like she in the bottom.
See, the aunt heard Kayla scream. So I don't know what that the spirit. I don't know what they saying. Yeah, they heard her, but that's when they went back out there. When the aunt said that she heard her. And that's where they found Kata, y'all.
My fucking heart. You heard her scream, right? The fuck she in here, like I said. I told you she the fucking here. You heard her scream. Y'all heard her scream, right? It said like she in the bottom.
And y'all, her aunt was right. Her body was right there. Her aunt was right. That's where her body was found. All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed today content. Let me see what these dog barking at, y'all. But y'all like, share, and subscribe, and enjoy your weekend. Okay, I love y'all. Take care.